Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for the top 10 one-shots of 2017. It was a heck of a year, really much a heck of a year. Happy New Year's, happy holidays and everything. I am wearing things I got for Christmas. This Kirby gym shirt, this hoodie right here, and these headphones. These headphones are G6 33 Artemis Spectrum, and they are awesome. So, we do over 100 one-shots a year. Over 100, easily. And it's just a lot of really fun games. And we had a bunch of games in contention, but we're only going to do the top 10. But I will tell you some honorable mentions. From the bottom to the top, I'll tell you these. Maybe like one-word description of these. So, let's go. Viking Squad, fun. Bomber Crew, also fun management. 50 years, surprise hit 50 years, really fun. Omega Quintet, Neptunia, but not Neptunia. I really like it, it's pretty funny. Assault Android Cactus, really fun, very fun. Really funny, very fun, and I wish there was more of it. Battle Chasers! Oh, it's so cool. I gotta read the comics now. Expeditions Vikings, surprise ARPG, really enjoy it. Oh, CRPG I mean, and I really wish I finished that game. Tattletale, really scary, kind of fun. I really liked it. My favorite horror game of 2017. Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth. That game. I'm really looking forward to that game being completed. It's such a fun kind of like story telltale. I really want to play more of that. The Last Time. Really cheap game, 4 hours of enjoyment. It's just an amazing game. Oxygen Not Included, From Clay, really fun, very, very hectic. I really enjoy it. Very, very anxiety-inducing, though. Regalia of Men and Monarchs. Amazing voice acting, really fun writing and everything. Pretty good gameplay, but just didn't make it. Pet People, very fun. Still in early access, really like the story. Gameplay gets a bit bogged down, but I like it. Nuclear Throne, just very fun. Bridge Constructor Portal, oh my god, that's fun. There's going to be a LP on the side channel. Exmark Defense, really, really, really like this game a lot. Just so dang fun. I wish it made the top 10, but it didn't. Just got edged out. And A Robot Name Fight is the last honorable mention. That game is really good. If you're a fan of Super Metroid, you should check that one out. Interviewed the developer, he was really fun to talk to. And yeah, good game, check it out. Now for the top 10. Number 10. Domina. This is from Dolphin Barn, and this game is amazing. Just really good pixel graphics going on here. The soundtrack is one of the best of the year. It is downright amazing. It's really good. The OST alone, just listen to that, it's just good. Now in this game, it's a gladiator simulator, so you get these gladiators, you train them up, you can name them after viewers if you want, and you prepare them for, of course, battle, and then you get into fighting, and your guys just have to dominate to win and not die horribly. And what's just fun about the game is just management and getting attached to your characters and naming them and everything, and just putting them into the grinder and just seeing what happens. You can also control the characters yourself if you want. They're AI controlled at first, but you can also control them for even more fun. And there are some pretty hard challenges in this game. There's also lions and behemoths and just other things to deal with. And recently they added chariot races, so that's even cooler. They're adding more to the game, they're bug fixing as they go, and I just really like the game a lot. We did weekend streams with Domina for a while, named after viewers, and it was just so much fun playing this game. We lost a few times, we beat it once or twice, and it was just good, and that's why it deserves to be number 10. Number 9. West of Loathing, a slapstick comedy stick figure Wild West adventure role-playing game. This is from Asymmetric, and this game is amazing. If you've ever played Kingdom of Loathing, you already know what you're getting into. A lot of really fun, just RPG kind of things going on here, but also some of the most amazing comedic writing ever. This is like Mel Brooks kind of thing. This is Airplane. This is just Robin Hood Men in Tights. This is all those things in a game. And it's a Western, so of course I forgot Blazing Saddles. It's a Western version, just so many jokes, so many visual jokes, so many just cerebral jokes, word jokes, just a lot of gags in this game. It is just way too fun to play, and I need to play more of it. I've really enjoyed this game a lot, and there might be an LP on the side channel at some point because I just liked it just way too much. There are just silly jokes, like if you go to the graphic setting, it'll be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those are graphic settings. You can also have silly walking where your character just does a bunch of really dumb things. You can accidentally walk into cactuses and hurt yourself, and if you do it enough times, your character will just develop a callus to cactuses and you gain HP to it. There's a lot of really silly ideas and funny things going on there, and it's just so clever. West of Loathing is such a clever game, and after just almost a decade of Kingdom of Loathing, It's such a great combination of everything that they've done, and it's just comedically one of the best games out there. Like, close to perfect as far as comedy goes. It's just, every minute, just another laugh, and another laugh, and another laugh, and I just could not get enough of this game. I wish I had more time to play it. West of Loathing, number 9. Number 8. Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. This game is still in early access, and it is awesome! They're still working on the story, they're up to chapter 3 on that one. The gameplay is just really fun. I don't know what the final version is going to be, but I really like what it is right now. The game has really good Twitch support, very fun challenges, and the story mode has me hooked. It is compelling as heck. You can only, once you know what you're doing, you can clear it in like an hour so far with the story, but I really like it. It's so compelling, and I just cannot wait to see how that story ends. But what's cool about this thing is just there's some humor here and there with the robots talking about how, well, they're going to kill you. But the great thing about this game is just the gameplay. Very solid gameplay. You're running around swinging your sword, or shooting arrows, or swinging a hammer, or you're breathing fire. There's just so much to do in this game as far as the gameplay goes. It's very satisfying gameplay. I like it a lot. And what's great is the Twitch support. In the Twitch support, your viewers can summon robots to attack you. They can also bet on different robots to attack you and kill you and everything, so that they can get points, and then you can just see who did the best at just betting against you at the end of the day. It's a really fun way to do things, is the best way to put it. I really like what they've done in this game. The gameplay's really good, the Twitch support's really good, the story itself is really good, there's a lot of really fun challenges. It's just a very satisfying, rewarding game, and I like it a lot, and I just can't wait to see the final version of this. But right now, it is at number 8. Number 7. Halcyon 6 Lightspeed Edition from Massive Damage Inc. This game is awesome. Now, consider these things. An XCOM game in space, where it's Deep Space Nine, basically. So it's XCOM Deep Space Nine, RPG elements, and it's just really fun. There's some FTL in there with just kind of the look, but also some of the random encounters you can have. What you're doing is, you're managing a Deep Space Nine base, basically, and you are just building inside of it and scouting inside of it, just like XCOM, where you're building inside of your building, and you're building things up and making characters, and you are training up characters and making choices in situations, picking where you want to build things in the solar system, fighting the fights that you want to fight, taking on enemies trying to take out your base. There's a lot of management going on in this game. It's really fun, and you can name your characters and you can name your ships. So what we did is we played this with viewers, and it was really fun naming things after them and having a lot of fun with their reactions, just playing the RPG elements. I really like the RPG elements here. There's a lot of status effects and ways that you can have status effects take advantage of other status effects, which is just really cool how you can just take advantage of different things, just mixing things up and having a lot of fun with that. And there's space combat with ships, and there's also ground combat with your people, so you can have your green shirts get murdered horribly. It's a very fun and satisfying game. You got at least maybe 20 hours just on one run, and then from there you just see what you did really well, what you want to do, and just go even further than that and make all your choices in different ways and play it again. There's a lot of potential in this game, a lot of fun to it, and it's a game that can last you a very long time. Massive Damage Inc. did a very good job with it, and it deserves to be at the spot number 7. Would have been funny if it was 6, though. Number 6. Dead Cells from Motion Twin. So this game is amazing. This is how to do a Metroidvania roguelike very well. The gameplay loop is awesome. Your runs will be as short as a couple minutes if you die horribly early, but they can go as long as like an hour plus, and it's so satisfying, so fun. The gameplay is tight. There are so many different weapons to play with, so many different abilities to play with, and every run gets different depending on how you want to do it. What I like is it rewards different styles of gameplay. You can just slowly go through every stage, killing everything, leveling up as much as you want, and getting a lot of cells for leveling things up, and that's a cool thing you can do. But you can also speedrun. There are special gates in the world that only open if you get there really quickly, and that's really cool right there. It gives you a lot of rewards as well. So there's different ways to play the game, different ways to get rewarded for the game. There's different routes you can take as you go through it. And here's the thing, the game is in early access. They're still adding a lot of content to the game, and I mean a lot of content to the game. They're also adding different balancing to the game as they go forward. There's at least another 6 months to a year of development left on this game, and it's already really, really fun. I have spent so much time on this game. I will spend so much time on this game. I like it a lot. I recommend it a lot. You will have a lot of fun with this game, and that's why it sits at number 6. Number 5, Death Road to Canada. Developed by Rocket Cat Games and Mad Garden, they're still updating this game with more characters and sprites. It's pretty cool. Death Road to Canada is like an arcadey kind of combat game, just beat 'em up with zombies, and it's also Oregon Trail. So you're managing resources recruiting characters, doing some roguelike stuff of just deciding what choices to make as you're going to Canada, and it's just really fun. And also just making choices of just how you deal with the zombie horde, and just how you keep your people alive and manage them and the stats you keep up and everything. And you can also make characters. A lot of sprite making you can do. You can name characters, give them different stats. Not stats, but different passives and traits and things like that, and that's really cool. It is a very fun game. I streamed it for a couple weeks, and I just loved naming characters and trying to get to Canada. And it's really hard to get to Canada, but it's really fun. And there's a bunch of different modes for it as well. And there's just so much craziness and situations to go through. It is a solid ride. This game is just worthy of just so much time to play. You will not get bored of it. It is just way too dang fun. And oh man, if you want to, just see our one of our LPs of when we got there. When we actually got to Canada, that run was one of the most amazing runs ever. And some of the runs where we failed to get there were also amazing. This game is very fun, and that's why it deserves to be at number 5 on the list. Number 4, Total Warhammer Warhammer 2 by Creative Assembly, published by Sega. This is an awesome game. I love Total War games. I love Warhammer, so the combination of both, hells yeah. So in the first one, I really like the orcs. In this one, I really like the Skaven. You also got your Dark Elves, you got your High Elves, and you get the Lizard Men. And it's a really fun game. I like that all 4 races have different things about them. A lot of fun strategy doing this game. A lot of things, a lot of options to do. I really like the ritual system in Total Warhammer 2. And the biggest thing I like a lot is you can combine Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 into a giant map with all 8 races to go to town on. That's not including, of course, the DLC races you can get as well. And in the future, there's going to be Total Warhammer 3, which is going to have a 3rd giant map to combine all 3 of them together, get the rest of the races in there. That is going to be intense. That's going to be really fun. I have spent so many hours on this game. I just enjoy sending out my armies, strategically moving them around and situating them to just overtake my enemy and just ruin them, just destroy them. And I really like the Skaven because it's really fun to fight the enemy in the front and then just send a bunch of really trash little guys from out of nowhere on them and just cause more trouble and mayhem. The spells are really fun. It's just a top-notch game. I enjoy it a lot. It's really fun to just zoom in and watch the units fight. It is just fun just being a Skaven and just being all schemy like they are and just causing so much trouble. I really enjoy this game. That's why it's at number 4. Number 3, Hand of Fate 2. This is an amazing game. Defiant Development has done an amazing job following up from the first game. The first game had kind of fun gameplay, really cool ideas and aesthetics, and amazing narration and music. 2, amazing narration and music again, amazing aesthetics. The gameplay is sharper, it is better, the situations are really fun. I just really like... So the original was based on playing cards. This time it's based on the tarot cards, and I like what they've done with it. I really like the atmosphere so much, the little bits of voice acting from the other characters. The voice acting from the narrator himself is incredible. But just the immersion of this game, it just feels so good. You feel so into it. You have so much fun playing it. I like all the equipment that has come into this. The new quests, the new companions. Everything new about this game is awesome and has made everything great about the original even better. This is the way to do a sequel. Just improve everything on the previous one, but also make something new out of it. And it is just so much fun, so much replayability. I enjoy it a lot. I'm going to be enjoying this game for hours, for days, for weeks, for months. I don't know when I'm going to finish it. We're going to LP this on the side channel, but I really enjoy this game a lot, and that's why it's number 3. It deserves all the love it gets. It really does. Number 2, Sniper Elite 4. How many games let you motorboat Hitler? Just one, and it's pretty dang good. Sniper Elite 4 is amazing, because Rebellion just does a very good job with this franchise. They always improve very well on the previous game and bring more to the table. They do basically really good iterative sequels to their games. Sniper Elite 1 was great, 2 was great, 3 was great, and 4 now is great. Just great improvements going forward. I already can't wait to see what they do for 5, because you know they're going to do a 5. And they just do such an awesome job with the Sniper Elite games. And it's always fun killing Hitler, just cause. You get to motorboat Hitler. That was a fun mission. And you can play this game co-op. There's a lot to this game. Me and Jinx together have played this game co-op, and we've done so much with it. We enjoy this game a lot. We run around, she scouts, I snipe a lot, she snipes a lot too. And we just have so much fun with it. It is such a fun buddy game and also alone. And what I like is, You can be very arcadey with the game. You can try to be realistic with the game as well. You can mess with the difficulties to do that stuff. And it is such an interesting challenge to try to play it in a realistic style. Also in an arcadey style, just having fun. Just killing your enemies in so many ways. Headshots, heart shots, lung shots, kidney shots, liver shots, the ball shot. There are so many fun ways to kill the enemy. And there's also just explosions. You can shoot grenades to blow them up, which has always been a cool thing. There's environmental kills or environmental distractions. There are snipers shooting back at you, and that's also a fun thing, trying to outsmart other snipers. There has been so many different iterations, just so many improvements as they've iterated on this game, that this is just such a great game in general. I enjoy it so much, it is so well crafted, and it deserves to be number 2. It is such a good game. And it's not just a good game alone, it's a good game with friends. I love it a lot, I really do. The Motorboat Hitler, guys. Number 1. Divinity Original Sin 2. Holy crap, guys! Okay, so Hanafe 2 was an amazing sequel. Cyber Elite 4 was an amazing sequel. They both did amazing just jobs of being what the originals were, but even more. Divinity Original Sin 2 does that as well, but 10 times even more. It's kind of amazing. Divinity Original Sin 2. It takes everything you liked about 1 and improves on it in so many ways. It is incredible. Not only that, but you have all the improvements they made on Original Sin 1 as going forward, and that's all in 2 as well. You're fully voice-acted game, a lot of characters, a lot of funny stuff going on, a lot of elemental gameplay, a lot of just different ideas with all the different skills you can have. There are story-based characters that you can learn about and just get more information on them, or play as them yourself. This is what I really like. You can play one of these 5 set story characters they have that can also be your companions, or you can just have your own custom character. Another thing amazing about it is it can be played fully online with up to 3 other people. So you can have 4-player RPG combat, just running around questing, talking to characters, fighting enemies, just doing all this stuff as 4 separate people. Me and Jinx have spent over 60 hours on this game as a co-op, and we're still not done. There is so much content to this game in a single run, and there are so many choices and so many characters to play with that there are hundreds of hours to play in this game. It is amazing. There's just so much to do, and it is just downright awesome. What I like is you can be a lizard man, you can be a human, you can be an elf, you can be a dwarf, and you can be undead versions of all of those, and that causes a lot of other mayhem as well. There's so many creative ways to solve just quests and puzzles. My character is a man-at-arms summoner. What I do is I summon really cool stuff to fight the enemy, but I also have a bunch of knockdown abilities, so I knock down the enemy so they can't touch me, so they just keep dealing with just a lot of BS, and it's really fun to do that. That is just so much fun. My partner character, one of the story characters, is an assassin elf chick that has nearly murdered me a few times, and I'm helping her just go on a death revenge spree, which has been really interesting and fun. There's a guy called the Red Prince, who's a lizard man, who's just he's just so well educated, and just because he used to be a prince, so he's so high and mighty and all that stuff, and he's such a funny character to have around as you humble his ass over and over again. I have a freaking vulture pet that is just insane and warped about life and death and eating things, and he's just crazy. It is such a fun thing I have. You can have a trait where you talk to every animal in the game. I love talking to dogs. It's hilarious. Dogs are great. They're awesome. There's so much in this game to do. You can also be undead, and there's a lot going on there. You can talk to the dead. There's a lot going on there. And here's one more thing that's pretty amazing. There is basically a Dungeon Master mode in Divinity Original Sin 2. You can do D&D campaigns in this game. There's a whole mode for that. There's just so much to this game. It's awesome. It is one of the best games, so well crafted in 2017. It is number 1 because of that. This is, if you could only have one game this year, Divinity Original Sin is one of the games that could last you the entire year. There is so much to do, you would not regret it, unless you're just not a fan of RPGs, but it's so fun. It deserves all the love it's getting. It deserves all the praise. It deserves everything it gets. It is so freaking good. And that's why it's number 1. So that right there is the top 10 list for the one-shots. There's still the general list. There's a lot of games we played that were LP'd, not one-shots, so look forward to that. There are some one-shots that are on that list as well, but this was just the one-shot list. We played just so many games. There were so many amazing games, and a lot of them didn't even make the top 10. There were just so many. A lot of them are the honorable mentions, but there's so many games getting made every year. Every year, there's just hundreds and thousands of games getting made, and we'll be lucky to just touch even 1% of them. There's just so many. We covered over 100 this year. We're going to cover over 100 again next year, of course, as well. And we'll see what we like going forward in 2018. I'm really excited. A lot of these games were surprises. I did not see them coming, and I'm so happy I ran into them and played them, and I'm grateful. 2017 was an amazing year in gaming, and I cannot wait to see what 2008 brings as well. I had fun talking about this one-shot list. Hope you had fun watching and listening. And of course, if you disagree, you can say what you disagree about, and just other games, just bring them up. What did you really like? Maybe from the honorable mentions or other one-shots that just weren't mentioned. Let me know. It'd be really nice to see what everyone else thinks. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.